High on the cliffs above the sea stood the village of Windermere, a place so often wrapped in mist that strangers called it the town that forgot the sun. Its people lived by the rhythm of tides and winds, fishing the storm-shaken waters and weaving sails tough enough to outlast gales. Yet, Windermere had one thing no other village possessed: the glass beacon. The beacon was a tower of pale stone, its lantern crowned with a globe of crystal that caught not fire, but moonlight on clear nights. The globe shimmered silver, and its glow stretched across the waves farther than any flame could. Sailors swore it guided them safely home through waters where compasses failed and stars seemed to vanish. For generations, the keepers of the beacon were chosen not by vote or bloodline, but by the sea itself dotted to each generation's turning. The tide would leave behind a child's footprint on the dark sand beneath the cliffs, glowing faintly, as if etched in starlight. The child would be marked as the next keeper. Mara was such a child. She had always felt the pull of the sea, more strongly than her kin, wandering the shore in storms, and listening to the strange hum that rose from the beacon on nights when the moon was full. By the time she was 16, the old keeper, Alaric, took her as his apprentice. But in Mara's 17th winter, a storm unlike any before it struck Windermere. The wind howled like a living beast. The waves climbed the cliffs themselves, and the beacon's light faltered. Villagers huddled in their homes, certain that ships at sea would be lost forever. Mara, drenched and trembling, climbed the tower steps while the crystal above flickered dimly, as though refusing to shine. Alaric, too old and frail, could not follow. The beacon doesn't fail unless it's challenged, he rasped. Before the roar of thunder swallowed his voice, Mara understood. Then something in the storm sought to claim the light. At the top of the tower, she placed her hands on the globe. The crystal was icy cold, heavier than stone, yet inside it swirled a darkness like smoke. Closing her eyes, she whispered the only song she knew by heart, a lullaby her mother had sung, one said to be older than the village itself. The melody threaded with the moan of the wind, steadying it, calming it, and as she sang, the darkness in the crystal thinned. The globe flared, brighter than the moon, throwing a silver beam across the writhing sea, and in its glow, the storm broke, not fading slowly, but shattering. As if some unseen hand had torn it away, the waves sank. The wind fell silent, and the mist rolled back to reveal stars. When Mara descended, the village stood waiting. None spoke, but every face shone with awe. The sea had chosen her, and the beacon had accepted her song. From that night onward, whenever storms threatened, Mara's voice could be heard carrying across Windermere, weaving calm into the light that guarded them all. And so the village remembered the sun once more, because its moonlight keeper had sung away the darkness.